June 5th, 2014. I want to update this weather, guys. We get a lot of wind. Notice even in the central part of Georgia and up the east coast, the storms are starting to build as they collide with the wind that's coming off the Atlantic. Now, this buzzsaw we're seeing come across Tennessee is affecting Arkansas, Missouri, Kentucky, now coming into Mississippi and Alabama also. And you guys that live across the central part of the state of Mississippi and the Louisiana, you're starting to see the wind pick up in the top of the trees. You'll notice that. And it looks like it's going to dive straight down through Alabama. They're expecting it to start to curve back up. We'll see. But, guys, there's flash flood warnings involved in this already, and they're putting them in the urgent bracket. Also, thunderstorm warnings in the urgent bracket. I'm going to show you that before the end of the video. But, again, very unusual weather. Check this out. It's not a long line. This thing is just spinning. And actually, there's a low spinning just off the tip of the Mississippi River south of New Orleans. You can see it in the radar. So all the things are put in place. It's just going to take the right combination of picking up the right wind pattern and the right low pressure, and we're going to start to see tropical depressions and storms in the Gulf of Mexico. But check this out. What it's done is collapsed down, but it's very intense in that area, and you can see the outer bands in this particular color. Also, notice how hot it is. That's the sun as it comes over that you're seeing in the yellow and oranges. Here are your wind gusts, and you're starting to see even 25 down as far south as central Mississippi. But their straight line winds are not showing up in these wind gust charts. This is your streamlines. Notice that it's pulling more to the north. That may pull some Gulf moisture up, guys. They're saying it's going to be somewhat stationary. Remember, it's 30% chance. Also, up in the north part of the United States, getting reports of very high winds, some higher than they've ever seen before. But you can see an overall pattern, and definitely, guys, notice that the heat factor is increasing very fast each day. It stayed kind of cool for a lot of parts of the United States so far, but now we're getting heat warnings, and you also notice some storms building up in New Mexico over the top of Texas. Maybe you'll get a little rain in that area. Here's what we're looking at in the Gulf. Trailing out now, again, it's pushed all the way off the tip of Florida as these winds are sheared. Look at it on the visible satellite. Notice there's the low pressure off the tip of the Mississippi River. But notice all the clouds that are pulling into the Gulf and starting to pull eastward all the way across this map. It comes the water, the moisture's coming in off the ocean, hitting the land, and what it's doing is supplying clouds and moisture into this storm that's building. So we need to watch this overnight. We need to see what pops up kind of in the unexpected area of these thunderstorm watches. There's too much moisture. You can see it in the very vague gray clouds. Here you can see your thunderstorm watches, thunderstorm warnings. You've got flash flood watches and warnings out. This is the radar. Notice that curvature that comes all the way across there. That's a sign of how fast this is moving as it bows back. Now, with looking at it in the infrared, again, I want to pull up to where we can see where these watches and warnings are. Close up, notice Oxford at Ole Miss. You're getting at Tupelo. You're not far from this area of high winds. But all the way up through Jackson, Tennessee, up just to the south of Cape Girardeau, Missouri. But here, Tennessee, these are urgent, immediate. You can see if it's got the red stamp to the right, it gives you the counties. I'm going to link to this page. Again, from Chester, Hickman County, Weakley County, these are flash flood warnings, flood advisory, severe weather statements. Anything you can think of, except there's not a tornado warning in this sheet. But now, even though it's not red, the ones that say urgency expected, like this one, it gives you a little heads up. Don't wait till you're in the red if you're in a flash flood warning. Pay attention to this, guys. You're kind of getting into some hills in that area, and you don't want to drown. Remember, turn around, don't drown. Also, we'll update this. We're also getting new images of comet sighting springing in. I'm going to do a video I hope this afternoon or after the show tonight at 6 p.m. on Blog Talk. But the images are showing it's a very powerful comet. It's expanding as it gets closer to the sun. Again, I'll try to get those up soon. Be safe.